Alexis Collins was a typical 7-year-old who adored playing outdoors. Adventurous by nature, she spent her days climbing trees and swinging to her heart's content. However, not long after her birthday, she began complaining of persistent headaches and nausea. Initially, her parents, Thomas and Lisa, assumed it was just dehydration from too much time in the sun and tried treating her with home remedies. Tragically, Alexis's condition worsened rapidly over the next few days. She was rushed to the hospital, overwhelmed by uncontrollable vomiting and tears of pain. What her parents thought would be a brief hospital visit turned into an extended stay. After conducting numerous scans, the doctors delivered devastating news. A small growth had been found in her brain, positioned in a location too delicate for surgery. The doctors were unable to find a cure for the little girl, and her condition continued to decline. She gradually lost feeling in her legs, and her speech became more and more impaired. Then, without any warning, Alexis slipped into a coma. Thomas insisted on securing the best medical care. Various specialists examined her, but no one could determine why Alexis had become so ill. It was difficult for doctors to inform her parents that her condition was worsening quickly. Alexis appeared to be losing brain function, and most of her organs had to be attached to machines to keep her alive. Doctors began discussing the possibility of turning off the machines. After a month in the coma, they told Thomas and Lisa that Alexis's chances of waking up were slim. Even if she did wake up, she would likely have suffered brain damage and remain in a vegetative state. Thomas and Lisa struggled with the idea of losing their only child. Thomas remained hopeful, continuing to search for information and doctors who might help. It was an incredibly difficult time for the family as Alexis lay helplessly attached to monitors and machines, her once lively presence reduced to near lifelessness. Lisa found it emotionally overwhelming to visit Alexis and often broke down at her bedside. Initially visiting daily, she came less frequently as months passed. Thomas, however, visited Alexis every day, spending hours talking to her, expressing his love, and reading her favorite stories. Though doctors dismissed his observations of Alexis's movements as involuntary spasms and warned she might only regain the mental capacity of a 3-year-old, Thomas held on to hope, leaving strict instructions to be notified immediately of any changes in her condition. On the 1-year anniversary of Alexis being in a coma, Lisa visited again. Thomas made it clear to the doctors that he would never consider turning off the machines as he still had hope. Lisa, on the other hand, was emotionally burdened and increasingly emotionally unstable. As Lisa sat by Alexis's bedside, watching her lie motionless, her suppressed emotions erupted. Overwhelmed with hurt and frustration, she confessed that she could no longer bear seeing Alexis in this state. Lisa admitted she'd hoped for recovery, but it seemed unlikely. She revealed how the strain of Thomas's constant hospital visits had damaged their relationship, leaving no time for joy or connection. In her despair, Lisa told Alexis it was time to let go, believing that only then could they find happiness and move forward with their lives. A staff member overheard Lisa's conversation with Alexis and informed Thomas, though sparing him the full details. They told Thomas that Lisa had expressed upsetting thoughts and needed urgent mental health support. Furious, Thomas confronted Lisa but recognized her fragile mental state. Though he struggled to forgive her words about Alexis, he remained committed to finding treatments for his daughter. Thomas agreed to forgive Lisa only if she sought counseling and therapy. After 3 months of counseling, things got a little better, and Lisa and Thomas got back to as normal a life as possible. Thomas would continue to visit the hospital regularly, but not every day anymore. Instead, he went every Friday and spent 2 hours by his daughter's side, still telling her stories. What a devastating situation. But then something miraculous happened. After almost 3 years in a coma, on a regular Tuesday afternoon, Thomas got a call from the hospital. Alexis had woken up. The nurse explained that she was just checking the monitors when she saw the little girl's eyes move. At first, she thought it was just muscle spasms. Then the girl tried to open her mouth. The nurse could see that she wanted to say something, but she uttered no sound. Nurse Gillian moved her ear close to Alexis's lips to try and hear what she wanted. Alexis only said that she was very thirsty. The nurse rushed to get the girl some water and then excitedly shouted from the hallway to quickly fetch a doctor. Thomas and Lisa arrived almost simultaneously at the hospital. They were allowed to see their beloved daughter for a few minutes, as doctors were now conducting many tests to determine the state of Alexis's health. The parents were allowed to wait outside the window, watching what the doctors were doing, but staying out of the way during this critical time of evaluation. The doctors asked the girl what she remembered. She told them she was aware of everything that had happened around her in the past 3 years. She could hear the doctors and her parents speak. She also remembered how one of the ladies cleaning the hospital room would always sing while she worked. Alexis could sing parts of her favorite song that she had learned during the 3 years she lay in the hospital bed. The doctors were amazed at what was unfolding in front of their eyes. Although her speech was impaired, they could clearly understand the girl. Alexis continued to answer questions, but then her face grew sad. She told the doctors that her mommy wanted her to die and had told her so a year after she came to the hospital. That made her very sad. In an instant, Lisa started crying uncontrollably. Thomas became furious, but the doctors told them not to further upset Alexis and that they should not address the matter in front of her. He knew his wife had said some things, but until this moment, he did not know the full extent of what she had said. Lisa apologized to Thomas, but reminded him that she was not mentally stable at the time and that she would take back her words in a second if she could. After what felt like an eternity, the parents were finally allowed into Alexis's room. Overwhelmed with emotion, Lisa struggled to hold back her tears. She expressed her deep regret to Alexis for the harsh words she had spoken, explaining how heart-wrenching it had been to watch her cherished daughter confined to a bed, with little hope of recovery. Lisa reassured Alexis of her unwavering love and vowed to make up for both the lost time and the hurtful words spoken in a moment of despair. Determined to be fully present for her daughter, Lisa resigned from her job to dedicate herself entirely to Alexis's care. The following year was filled with challenges as Alexis faced a long and demanding road to recovery. Her body was frail with minimal muscle strength, requiring her to push through intensive physical and occupational therapy sessions to regain her ability to speak and walk. In addition to these hurdles, she had to confront neurological difficulties, including problems with balance and persistent tremors. During this time, the bond between mother and daughter began to mend, bringing a sense of healing to their relationship. Seeing this transformation, Thomas found it in his heart to fully forgive his wife for the hurtful words she had spoken in a moment of despair, allowing the family to rebuild their connection. This remarkable story of recovery highlights the incredible resilience of the human mind and offers profound hope, showing how even the most challenging circumstances can lead to a beautiful and uplifting ending. I'm really keen to know your thoughts on this story, so please don't hesitate to share your insights in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and found it engaging, I invite you to subscribe to our channel for more similar content. Feel free to share this video. Take good care of yourselves, and I'm excited to connect with you in our future videos.